Well, hello again, friends, and welcome to a very grey and pretty sad-looking Los Angeles stand 150, I think, where we left off last night. And to say true to my word, we are going to try and drag this aeroplane to New York overland, supersonic. Hopefully nobody will get upset. If they do, never mind, we'll just disconnect off VATSIM and then connect when we get nearer the destination. I think the usual flights are about 5 hours. 10 minutes is about the quickest on a triple. Hello Rick, good to see you again. And we should be doing this total flight time 2 hours 49. I think we might get that down to about 2.5. But that is to cross the entire continental US, which I think is pretty darn good. So, without further ado, I've set the airplane up, I've fueled it, I've set the payload to match the OFP, and we will might as well hop in effectively get going. Los Angeles Center is on, as is the ATIS. I have printed off a bit of an expanded checklist. I don't know how much of that I will use, but I'll try and start the engines up manually. So bear with me as I get my bearings with it. It's the FS Labs checklist from Concorde from Ramon Tanda, which I think you grab, and you know what I mean, I'm just going to try it, see how we get on with it, because like I said, the built-in one is a bit near. This has got a few more steps, which I'd like to know the flows, but like I've said, you know, it's even more complicated than obviously the other jets that we can fly in the sim, and it's really challenging to fly single pilot ops with the flows that you really need a fee for. Especially when it's relatively limited. No disrespect to Colimata, he's done a really good job of this, but you know, the fuel trim's moving. We saw that in the approach last night, that I did it a bit too late. That was pretty awful. You know, the way that it's instant. But anyway, let's get in, get going, see how we get on. So here we are in the jet. The only checks that I really need to do are to make sure that projectFLY is running. So let's fly that. There we are. That's connected. So that active sky is running, and we are connected to VATSIM. So I'm not going to bother with these safety checks, because we don't really need them. Like I say, 32 odd pages of these. Ground power, now see, I mean, this is not modelled either, is it? So, fuel engines, CG, doors and ground trim, GPU and everything is available. Systems off, trim to ground. So if I have got that set. Right over here, ground power, request ground power, observe ground power available light amber, which actually that should light up amber. Check volts and cycles of power source, lower right corner DC electrics. Ground power, obviously switch to that, so that should come on. And then there's a few things there to do. Verify batteries off. And so we would pop batteries on. So I am going to do that. Like I say, we should have ground. Difficult to see. Manchester. It's 2 exam at Edinburgh. Sadly not for us today. You know what, I mean, I may end up cheating again. The instruments have cycled through, which is good. Okay, I think I've got some more work to do. Anyway, seeing as we are a little bit pushed for time, I don't want to take too long, because it will get a little bit late. I'm going to have a quick cheat. Get everything turned on. get back here. There's the nose coming up because I didn't want it down anyway. Let's get all the lights on. Data computers and everything. Throttles, brakes on. I'll tell you what we can do. Let's test it. There you go, and you can pop the inhibit on, which is actually part of the taxi in checks, which I didn't know, which is weird. No smoking off. Anti-collision can come off. We'll have the nav lights on. Anti-ice for this is actually less than 3 degrees. So ignitions, throttles, ratings set to takeoff. Again, we'll swap those a bit later. I will start the engines up manually if I can go through there like I've said. So there you go, that's all good. Might as well set the auto throttle for departure. The runways and everything next. I don't know what we're going to get given, so let's set 10,100 initially and see what happens. So 133. Eight.
No taxiways and runways. Prefect runway hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. Los Angeles International Airport 8 is information, Charlie 17530. Welcome. Visibility 6. Haze. Ceiling 1600 overcast. Temperature 21. 2.15. Altimeter 29990. Simultaneous ILS approaches in progress. Runways 24 right and 25 left. Parallel approaches in progress between Los Angeles and Hawthorne airports. Simultaneous increment departures in progress. Runways 24 left and 25 right. North is 2 airmen. Saitek system in use. Activate transponder with mode C on no taxiways and runways. Prefect runway hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie. Los Angeles.
Happy, so I think that's actually a double position switch. Whatever, you just transmit on the left side. Transponder we can use it to 2000 and off. So the Neves for departure. Now I was actually expecting 07 use, so the weather is somewhat squiffy there. The wind is 0, so that has changed. 2990, let's get that set before we do anything else. And let's get the lights on side. Good glare shield up. Center console. Cool. So, I think that's my quick and dirty abbreviated flow that nobody's going to die for. So, let's have a look. Taxi-wise, airport-wise, we would prefer 25 right. And we will request that if given, because 24 left, although it's 10, it's a little bit shorter. Takeoff distance, according to the OFP. Distance ground, no, that's the total route. It's a very confusing thing to work through. Now it's giving us the tour, but it's giving me actual takeoff distance. So there's a variation section. Which gives the V speeds, but the key bit for me is the distance. Okay. So it's giving takeoff run available 3202 and then it has to 3202, which it isn't, but I can live with that. Just really the distance is not giving. So we will ask for 25 right, even though 24 left is going to be the shorter taxi. We've got enough additional taxi fuel. I put an extra 500 kilos on. So we'll see how we get on. So should be the LAX-1 departure. So runway heading for both is 251. And if we go off, it would make sense to go off 25 because we are going around to the left, down to the south to Seal Beach. Should be 221. We've got the LAVOR, which is pretty much under the flight path. Vectors, anyway, Seal Beach 1157 is where we're going. It's 116. 2 via the airways, but we should be on the INS by then. Top altitude, we need to cross below 3000 and then expect whatever. 5 minutes after departure, that's going to be fun. We don't really need to do the anti-noise, but we've got it in. So there's nothing else to do on the panel. We need to pop in our position, and like I said, we're at 150, so let me get the coordinates for that. So stand by, should have had that warming up for a bit. 95, yes. So pause, we are going to be 33565, enter. West 18246. Oh, no, I'll tell you what, let's go back to that. Let's do them over here first, shall we? So, align, align, align. So then, waypoints, we've got this, the Seal Beach VOR, Tootsie Hibbett, Thermal VOR, and then I've picked VORs pretty much along the route, you know, like 300-400 miles apart each. So we should be able to pick them up en route if we need to. So let's pop our positions in. So this is waypoint 1. It's 33470 West 18033. This one is North 33460 West 117502. 33414 6527. Next is Thermal VOR, which that's the point at which I've planned to accelerate, but if we get to 28 before then, we'll settle down and then we'll go straight into it, seeing as there's no restriction in doing something a bit odd. So this is waypoint 4, North 33377, West 11606. This is North 35088, West is north 37155 to 1360. CI, VOR, so these are all VORs, or whether I think they're all vortex actually, is north 371.442. DMV VOR north 40176 west 87334. 3.940 495 north west 0127. Cool. And we can back those up with conventional nav if we need to. So 33470 118033 3460 11752 414 6527. All the threes, 2 sevens, 116096 5088. Oh, what did I just do there? Four 7155 336. 9171, yes. 4442 40176 7334 50127. Good. Happy with all of those. So let's see what LA Center wants to do with us. That's weird. That one taking. Interesting. So those are green, but that's not. Weird. So, got the VR tuned. It's just a case of figuring out what ATC want to do with us. I'll think about getting the airplane started up and getting on the way. One thing I will do is have a look at departure values cunningly on the takeoff card. 20.4 and 20.0. Bang on for engine 4. Because of course engine 4 has the takeoff limiter set. I forget when they're meant to go on, but I'm just going to put the fans on now. Got a little bit less than planned on the fuel. So 1258 is what we want. Let's have a listen.
4,600 indicated, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Flight level 300, American 3056.
GPS 561 heavy information. I'm sorry, Ontario weather is as follows. Wind 1904, visibility 3 with haze. Sky clear below 12,000, altimeter 29901. You can expect the ILS for lane 26 left approach.
I have the weather with expecting 26 left approach for UPS 561 heavy.
American 1961, have an amendment to your arrival into Oakland, advise when ready to copy.
Let us hear for 1961.
American 1961, you're clear to the Oakland Airport after Rusney. It's going to be the Oaks 2 arrival. That's Oscar Alpha Kilo Echo Sierra. Oaks 2 arrival.
Copy. Oaks 2 for runway 30 from 1961.
Probably so. There's nobody on at Oakland, but yeah, 30 is the runway, the longer runway there.
Copy that. We'll make an amendment here for 1961. Thank you.
American 1961, you're welcome. Read back direct if I didn't get it to you already. Cloud maintain probable 380.
Climate to 380. Are we still on the speed restriction?
No, American 1961, you can resume normal speed as well. Thanks.
Copy. Thank you very much.
So having a departure actually,
2079, what's going to be
we've got to cross that radial and then do our turn. So 251, then 221 as we cross.
Frontier 2079, okay, thanks. Followable 340.
Okay, so we've got picking up the DME but not the VOR.
Okay, we'll maintain 0.77 cent for N. Frontier 2079.
Southwest 1998 for spacing to San Francisco, maintain probable, I'm sorry, for spacing to San Francisco, maintain Mach 0.76 at probable 380.
0.76 at 380 for the 9098.
Alaska 471, wind calm, runway, I'm sorry, wind 020 at 3, excuse me, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
26 right, clear for takeoff. Alaska 471.
It's busy.
Southwest 468, runway 26 right, line up away.
Line up away, 26 right, Southwest 468.
Skywest 5725, sorry for the delay, the wind is calm, runway 25 right, intersection Foxtrot, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 25 right, Southwest 56, Skywest 1525.
GPS 561 heavy, just want to maintain 10,000. The flock. GPS 561 heavy, just want to maintain 10,000.
Down to 10,000, GPS 561 heavy.
And did I block somebody?
Good morning, LA Center. Southwest 1184, climbing cloud level 390.
Southwest 1184, LA Center. Good morning, squawk 7166.
7166, Southwest 1184.
So about 14 degrees for departure.
78, you're leaving the airspace to the northeast. Denver is closed. Radar service is terminated. You can change to the advisory frequency at this time. We'll see you later.
Still pretty high.
Over to advisory, JetBlue 178, bye-bye.
I've got 149, 170.
Stanley, good morning, American 1029, flight level 360.
Guess I cannot set these.
Los Angeles Center. Good morning, squawk 7161.
Yeah, those are really high.
American 1029.
32195, that's about right.
Was 1971, leaving the airspace to the northwest. Oakland's closed. You're going to be following an American who's direct to a fix further on the diamond arrival. He's about
CG.
About your 7 to 8 o'clock and 7 miles, about 2,000 feet higher. So just use caution for him.
Yeah, we're a little bit further forward on the plan, but it's not far off.
Radar service terminated. Change to the advisory frequency is approved. We'll see it.
Advisory 1 to this way. Thank you very much for the information. Have a nice day. Southwest 1971.
Thanks, C2. Southwest 1184, radar contact 41 northwest of Avenal. Descend via the Rocker, the Burbank altimeter 29901.
Sending me a Rocker 2 rival.
Yeah, looks busy. Los Angeles, good morning, Speedboat Concorde 613, stand 150 at Los Angeles, request IFR to Kennedy.
Speedboat Concorde 613 at the LA Center, good morning. Just want to verify, are you wanting to attempt supersonic travel across the states?
Stay firm, sir.
I'm sorry to say, but that's not allowed. You can do that on your own over Unicom, but just for future reference. Also per VATSIM regulations, as far as I'm aware of, you're not able to do that as well. But we'll just clear you for it anyways. I'll have the clearance in just a moment.
Roger, thanks. Which is not true. You just have to comply with controller's instructions.
725 radar contact 4,000 indicated. Cloud maintain 13,000. I'll have a left turn for you in just a moment.
Maintain 13,000, Skywest 1525.
Southwest 468, wind calm, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 26 right, 468.
Sierra Concorde 613 heavy, you are cleared to the New York Kennedy Airport, LAX-1 departure, thermal transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID, except maintain 5,000. You can expect possible 450 initially with me as your final altitude. Expect flight level 600 later, but flight level 450 will be your final for now. Departure frequency 125.8, squawk 7152.
Clear to Kennedy via the LAX-1 thermal transition. Initial altitude 5,000 feet. Expect flight level 450 with you. Departure 125.8, squawk 7152, speedboat Concorde 613 heavy.
Dallas 5725, turn left heading 170 for vector to Mission Bay.
Can you confirm right 170 for...
No, left turn Skywest 5725, left turn heading 170, please. EBS 561.
Wow, that was a bit laggy.
I'm sorry, quality is about 1 out of 5. Can you repeat this for 5725?
EBS 561 heavy, this will maintain 8,000.
8,000 EBS 561 heavy.
Skywest 5725,
So
left turn
about
now
2
heading
on the trim.
160 on the heading.
Left turn 160, Southwest Skywest 5720.
Southwest 468, interior transponder is on, also in your pilot client as well. Don't show mode C from you at the moment. You are radar contact, however, maintain a flight level.
So he gave us 5,000. That's going to be a real problem.
Southwest 468 just adjusted it to mode C, and we're currently on 5,000 feet.
Southwest 468, that checks. Thanks very much. American 1029, radar contact 26 southwest of the Grand Canyon, VOR.
American 1029.
So let's get the airplane secured.
Keep your Mach number, please, for spacing to San Francisco. Your radar service distributed. Change to advisory frequency as approved. We'll see you later.
Sounds good, Center 2797.
So we'll pop those all on nav.
Number 24 Tango X-ray.
Check CVAR, lights on.
Clear to land.
Clear to land 25, November 24, Tango X-ray.
DBS 561 heavy, fly present heading, that's your final approach course. The sun will maintain 4,200.
The final approach course 4,200 for UPS 561.
So drain masks are all on.
Skywest 5725, turn left heading 1.
Before start, DVs are shut. Flight control, anti-stall. Anyway, all of that is on RAD INS. They're all set to RAD. Transfer switches all on the left side. This is sounding pretty familiar. QNH altimeters set. Nav radio set for departure. Transponder set. Autopilot heading track. Pull that out ready. ADF not required. Brakes set. Nav lights on. Throttles checked. Ground yellow off it should be.
Southwest 1998, leaving the airspace to the northwest. Oakland's close.
It's like yellow off to me.
San Francisco. Radar service distributed. You can change to the advisory frequency at this time. We'll see you later.
Yes, check out yellow off.
Going to the advisory 122 this night. Have a nice day, great service, and see you later. So it's
622, you're leaving the airspace to the northwest. Oakland Center is closed.
The rest is all the edge stuff.
San Francisco.
Secondary air doors, fuel heaters,
Advisory frequency is approved. We'll see you later.
auto.
Unicom, we'll keep the speed of American 622. Thanks for the service. Enjoy your day, man.
Enjoy the rest of your day. EBS 561 Heavy is 4 miles from Pettis. Cross Pettis at turn right heading 230. Cross Pettis at or above 4,200.
INS set.
Runway 26 left approach.
ASI bugs we did. Fuel flow set. P7 bugs set. Clock we can't do. TLA not set because we can't see it. And the seatbelt sign is on. And the emergency lights are armed. This is a better checklist. I like this one. Load sheet. No. Start clearance we need to obtain. Door lights we can't check. Master warning recall I've already done. Anti-collision will do. Throttles are set to idle. Engine feed pumps I'm pretty sure I saw them all on, and they are. Flight deck door shut. So it's just a case of start from ground, start from ATC.
Sorry about that. You're going to have to repeat that. I got some...
Southwest 2217 will square the speeds away once I ID you. Your squawk code is 7163.
Was that for 2217?
Nope, that was for Southwest 1650. Southwest 1650, 7163.
7163.
4 Tango Alpha. You can turn left on the exit taxi, South Taxiway to the Atlantic Aviation SBO. We'll see you later. Have a great day.
Taxi South, taxiway to Atlantic Aviation. Thank you for your service. Great service, sir. Bye-bye. Good night.
Fabulous 2217, radar contact 30 east of lights. Say Mach number, please.
So we can at least start doing this while we wait. Tell you what I am going to do is get the pushback truck connected.
7-8 or greater for spacing.
Alright, 7-8 or greater for spacing, 2217.
Fabulous 1650, radar contact 46 east of lights. For spacing, maintain Mach 0.76 until advised.
Yep, we'll maintain
Great
Mach
news,
76
Captain. Your tow's coming.
So throttles, door lights, all of that is just requesting start. What we really need to do is get onto this panel. So idle switches. I'm pretty sure they were over here.
CBS 561 heavy, wind 1904, runway 26 left, clear to land.
So all the debots are normal. Where are the engines?
LA Center Southwest 1791 Vegas taxi.
Southwest 1791 LA Center, hello, Las Vegas, altimeter
So
299.
sec doors, auto fuel heaters.
6 right, taxi via Bravo 5 and Bravo.
26 right via Bravo 5.
All right,
Switches
looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to
Number
connect.
346 Charlie Papa, clear through the Los Angeles Bravo airspace.
Jets are all on.
Maintain VFR at 8,500, the LA altimeter 2990.
Alright, Cessna 6 Charlie Papa is clearing the Bravo via the Hollywood Park route 2990. Cessna 6 Charlie Papa.
American 1961, you're leaving the airspace to the northwest. Oakland is closed. Radar service terminated. Change to advisory frequency if approved. We'll see ya.
Over to 22.8, see you later, 1961.
See ya.
Speedboat Concorde 613, stand 150 at LAX, request engine start.
Beaver 6, Concorde 613, you can just call when fully ready for the push. Engine start at your discretion, and again, just call me when ready to push. 8 is Charlie.
Roger, we'll call ready for push, and we'd like to request 25 right for departure, Speedboat Concorde 613.
Beaver Concorde 613, actually I was already planning on that for you.
Roger, perfect, thanks. Brilliant. So,
Hello, other Nick, Southwest 3215.
collision comms on, start clearance, our discretion, ready for push, we'll call.
7004.
Throttles idle, doors set, idle switches are high, debo is set to
I'm
normal.
doing fine today, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous.
Fantabulous.
So feels like I'm missing something here around condition valves and everything.
Sorry, it's been vital.
Anyway, let's
Fabulous 3215, radar contact 50
get
east of
engine
Lake
number
Bjorn.
3 starting. Oh, 12%, I think we should have done that. As the N2 rises through 25, that should go off. Better off here to watch. There it goes.
GPS 561 heavy, any left turn you can taxi Sierra Whiskey to the ramp on this frequency. We'll see you later.
Sierra Whiskey to the ramp on this frequency.
66 N2 we're looking for. Appreciate you guys probably can't see that.
That was 468. Verify you're climbing up to fall level 260, sir.
There it is, stabilizing.
270, first, Southwest 468.
And I believe that switch knocks itself back. Engine 2 can go to start.
Climb fall level 260, please.
Alright, we'll do that. Flight level 260 for
That's a bit quick, doesn't it?
American 1356, request stop on descent in 2 minutes.
American 1356, yep, I'll have that for you in just a moment. Stand by, please.
So all the hydraulics and stuff that I meant to check we can't really do.
That was 2217 to via the Scooby 2 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 29901. Alright, Scooby 2 and 299.
So hydraulics should be checked and set. The engine still hasn't stabilized. And we should be able to check all of those, but we can't in this yet. So we will request push in a moment.
1791, 26 right at Vegas, ready.
Sample is 1791, thanks, 10203, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
26 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 1791.
Speedbird Concorde 613, stand 150, request push.
Speedbird Concorde 613, Eddie, push onto Kilo, tail north, for runway 25 right.
Push onto Kilo, tail north facing south, Speedbird Concorde 613. So Kilo is the one we are on.
Hey Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Tail north, face south, that's that way.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
So we just need to disconnect those guys. Break off.
Here comes the pushback.
If we go. So a bit delayed with all the chat and everything else. So brake fans on, I've already done, hydraulics checked, push back, we've done, brakes off, starting the push back. So open the air bleed control panel is what that says, which is all of these. So engine bleed valves open.
After Mikey clear for
Yes.
runway 8, after 1894.
Cross bleeds open. Oh no, they were all off. Oh no, they weren't. Boost, there we go. Boost valves, all 4 off. That's the start for this, which is a bit different, isn't it? We've got a little bit of a long way, so I'm not going to start these up just yet.
Metro 235, LA Center, go ahead.
I have Charlie already copied out for clearance to Orlando, negative PDC.
Metro 235, okay, I'll resend the PDC for you here again in just a second.
Engines are running even if they don't look like it.
Oh, Metro 235, okay, sounds good. You're clear to Orlando, down to Canary transition that is found. Find the aesthetics that maintain 5,000. Departure is 125.8, squawk 7140.
So we can start engine number 4.
Orlando by Dodge to departure Canary transition in this file, climb bit of shit, maintain 5,000. And 125.8, squawking 7.
There's 12 on the fuel on.
Metro 235.
Metro 235, read that correct. 8 is stealth just coming up now. I'll have it for you in just a moment. The altimeter now 29er, and it'll be runway 25 right.
25 right, 8900 meter, Metro 235.
Central aircraft landing in departing Los Angeles. Formation Delta current wind calm, visibility 6 with haze. Standard clouds of 1,800 and 2,100. The LA altimeter 29er, 89er.
South 1791 is 6,000 via
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake on.
And we're disconnecting tow. Give me just a moment.
Flight level 360, South 1791.
Southwest 1650, descend via the Scooby 2 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 29901.
Alright, Scooby 2, countdown temperature, okay? Southwest 1650. 2334 is ready to taxi out of Vegas.
United 2334, LA, hello, the Vegas altimeter.
There you go, there's a stable engine, so we'll start number 1 whilst disconnecting.
6 right, taxi via Bravo 7 and Bravo.
Bravo 7, Bravo 226 right. Yeah, 2334.
Alaska 471, descend via the Boche 8, descend via the Angel 4 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 29901.
Not sure if you should hear at 25% the start go off.
Alaska 471.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
If it was a solenoid, you'd think there'd be a click. Ah, that's interesting. Guess it doesn't go then. Gotta go at some point. So that engine is coming up to stable. 66, 67. So bleed valves all open. Cross bleeds shut. Addition valves on. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Pushback is done. So nose wheel steering, I'm going to assume works. Flight control and the trims, we can see all those, they're all on blue. Pretty sluggish though. Autopilot. So you're meant to check.
Autopilot off.
Meant to engage and then disconnect. And you're meant to get the disco UP light illuminates. Can't do that. Trim is set. Don't feel these are all engaged. Engine anti-ice not required, it's below 3 degrees and less than 1,000 meters viz or in cloud until after takeoff. Idle switches go over here to low. Door warnings can't check, hydraulics can't check, electrics, ground bypass can't do, ground equipment clear after start complete. So, visor to 5, do the lights when cleared, we'll check the brakes, instruments.
American 1356, information Delta's current for Los Angeles, advise when you have it, the LA altimeter 29er, after circus intersection, cleared ILS runway 25 left approach.
And we'd start moving everything now, I believe.
American 1356, information Delta's current for Los Angeles, the LA altimeter 2995, advise when you have the rest of Delta. After circus intersection, cleared ILS runway 25 left approach.
After circus, cleared ILS 25 right, American 1356.
And American 1356, that came in broken, but just verify please. After circus, cleared ILS runway 25 left approach. 25 left.
Correction, 25 left after circus, approved, American 1356.
Southwest 468, descend via the Angel 4 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 2991.
Descending via the Angel arrival and altimeter 2991, Southwest 468.
Leo Concorde 613, request taxi.
Seaver Concorde 613, heavy runway 25 right, taxi via Kilo and Bravo.
Taxi 25 right via Kilo Bravo, Speaker Concorde 613 heavy. Cool. Lights on. Brakes off. Off we go.
300, Delta 834.
So I hope you're well, Rick.
Delta 834, what's going to be your Mach number at 300?
I can't promise that I'm doing particularly well with this, and I haven't done anything with the controls, so I'm going to have to
Okay, let me see. I got somebody coming in from the
try and figure out what's going on with it all.
He's going, then I'll coordinate with you.
Alright, no worries. Just for your planning purposes, the best we could do is Mach 0.81.
Yeah,
See with these how they all work to get you roll, pitch, elevons all together. They definitely did do a full and free.
American 1029, descend via the Angel 4 arrival, the Ontario altimeter 2991.
2991.
So we're going right down to the end, doing a left on Bravo, taxi all the way. It was nice of him to give us the long run as well.
9963, 50270 for 50320, we're 30 south of the Drake VOR.
Delta 9963 LA Center, radar contacts block 7165 and stop your climate call level 300.
7165 and we'll stop at 300, Delta 9963.
Delta
I have no idea what's going on with the sounds.
Call level 300 in the box for your cruise. Let me know what your Mach number will be at 30, please.
We'll let you know, 9963.
Roger.
Oh, did I take the wrong turn?
Alaska 471.
Yes, I did.
Delta
Let's just do a cheeky... I was trying to get a nice shot there. And of course got the wrong one. There you go, look. No baggage carts were harmed in the making of this video. So you're meant to, with the green here is meant to be treated as grass, even though it is tarmac.
Establish 2217, maintain 300 knots or greater in the descent, please.
300 knots or greater, Southwest 276.
And one thing I did learn today was that it was brake temps that meant that you needed a clear taxi run for Concorde.
39, Los Angeles Center, good afternoon, squawk 7160.
7160, American 839.
Southwest 1650, do squawk code, squawk 7146, please.
7146.
Get a little bit more power on. Get down.
9963, we're planning Mach 0.79.
Delta 9963, okay, sounds good. It's probable 300, reduce speed to Mach 0.78, please, and your squawk code should be 7165.
Oh, that was one thing we didn't do on the push.
Alright, at 300 we will slow to 78, 9963.
And Delta 9963, it's 0.77, and just verify your squawk code should be squawk 7165.
Alright, 0.77 now, and we should have the squawk in 9963.
Thank you very much.
Brakes, trims, anti-skid, can't do any of those checks. CG set. Engines are set to take off. Auto throttle, auto ignition on. Throttle masters have been checked. Drain master all on.
Affirmative, American 839.
American 839, okay, sounds good, you can plan on that.
What have we got on here? Drain master all on. Flight ratings to climb. Pressure static heaters on. Set. Air intakes. Can't do anything about that. Control schedule. Don't think I can do that either. And 88% over here. Set. Air conditioning I can't do. Upper protection armed. It's the upper fuel.
Central aircraft landing and departing Los Angeles. Information echo down current. Wind variable at 4, visibility 6 with haze. Scattered clouds at 1,800 and 2,100. Still the LA altimeter 29er, 89er.
There's a lot of FE checks here that I can't do.
2217, the Ontario altimeter now 29er, 88. Their wind is calm. You're clear for the ILS from 826 left approach.
Alright, cleared ILS 26 left approach, Southwest 22.
Definitely need the DAs on.
Southwest 1184 Burbank, wind now variable at 4, altimeter 29er, 89er, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land, Southwest 1184.
CG is within. Pretty much all the taxis, DAs, main transfers. I don't do those.
468.
Roger, thank you.
So they would use the
So 1791,
cabin.
flight level 380 if you can.
Southwest 1791, indeed I can. Climb and maintain flight level 380.
Up to flight level 380.
All the way down to the end and doing a right.
Smooth through here.
Smooth.
Interesting. Master warning recall inhibit.
Southwest 1650, reduce speed to 250 knots. The Ontario altimeter 29er, 88, wind calm. You're clear for the ILS from 826 left approach.
Alright, 250, cleared ILS 26 left, Southwest 1650.
Guess that's not that.
Seabird Concorde 613 Heavy, ensure your transponder is on, and are you fully ready, sir?
Affirm, fully ready, Speedbird Concorde 613, and we are indicating on. Apologies if it's not showing.
Variable at 4, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff 25 right, Speedbird Concorde 613 Heavy, thanks.
Southwest 468, information echo is current for Los
That's
Angeles.
all on.
Let me have it, the LA altimeter 29er, 89er. At the circus intersection, cleared ILS runway 24, right approach, 24 right.
Okay, ILS 24 right for the ILS after the circus.
Trim set.
Waypoint.
Well, on the takeoff monitor in a moment.
Altimeter 89er. Southwest frequency 468.
Delta 9963 cross Caddy at a maintain 12000.
Rubbish lineup again.
Vegas altimeter 2995, 280 in the descent and the transition, please.
Alright, transition to 280, cross Caddy at 12 and 250, Delta 9963.
Yeah, 2334, radar contact at 7100.
Okay, rudder works. Bring it to a stop. Pitch index checked. So, let's get ready to go, guys.
LA Center today, Southwest 678, on the ground with John Wayne, ready for taxi T08.
Southwest 678, LA Center, hello, John Wayne, altimeter 2987.
So, brakes off.
3, runway 20, right taxi,
3,
Alpha,
2,
cross
1,
runway 20,
now. Alpha Limo across 20 left, Southwest 678.
American 839, descend via the base to one arrival, the Los Angeles altimeter 2988 better.
We'll send via the base to one arrival over airspeed building. And could you repeat the altimeter, please?
2988 better at Los Angeles, American 839.
Power set. Roger, 2989er, American 839.
V1. Rotate. V2. Positive climb.
Okay, there we go. Just a bit more stable to their gear up.
Gear coming up.
There we are, crossing that radial. Let's do a left turn.
250 knots.
Try and keep the airplane under control.
Gear up, doors locked.
Southwest 1650, traffic 11 o'clock, 100 miles and 10,000. Company, you're about 10 knots down, should have been hit.
Oh, she's getting a bit twitchy.
Yep, we'll slow it down.
So let's get 221.
You have visually Southwest.
Go pitch hold.
Okay, sounds good.
IAS hold. Out acquire vertical speed. AP FD. Heading. Oh, that was a mess.
Super Concorde 613, radar contact 3000 indicated. Maintain throttle level 450. Expect just a little bit of a extended time on this heading after departure. Just gonna vector you over ocean a little bit more.
Roger, climb, maintain flight level 450 and maintain heading speed 613 heavy. So let's pitch hold.
Thanks, wind, variable at 3, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
20 right there for the roll, Southwest 678.
Stepler 3215, Ontario, altimeter now 2988, 1 com, you're clear for the islands, runway 26 left approach.
Southwest 3215, clear now, 2
Fight.
Southwest 1184, clearing runway 8, taxiing to the gate, thanks for the help.
Southwest 1184, you're welcome, and we'll see you later. Take care.
See ya.
So afterburners are off.
Super Concorde 613 Eddie, turn left heading 160, vectors for thermal.
Left heading 160 vectors thermal. Super Concorde 613 heavy. There we go, let's go free speed.
Los Angeles Center, good afternoon.
Let's get to the barber pole.
2325, spot 17 in Vegas. Hey Nick, how you doing? Ready to taxi?
South 2325 LA Center, high grade, runway 26 right.
Those visors up, landing lights.
And Bravo.
Yeah, 26 right, Golf and Bravo for Southwest 2325. Los Angeles Center, system 346. Okay.
Delta 834 Las Vegas, altimeter 2995, reporting wind variable at 3. Descend via the Tyson 5 arrival at Trino, third island, runway 26 left approach.
Alright, descend via the arrival at Freedom Clear Dallas 26. You said right approach for Delta 834.
Delta 834 negative, clear island, runway 26 left, 26 left.
Alright, thank you. Clear Islands 26 left to Freedom, Delta 834.
Southwest 1942 LA Center, good afternoon. Yeah, if you'd like 19 left, I can accommodate.
Now pitch us up. No, it will not.
You're most welcome.
Let's get our nose up before we speed. Ooh, close, close, close. Oh, there we go. That was my bad. I wanted a level change.
327 LA Center, good afternoon. Clear
678, TDAS and matter for 5.
Southwest 678, radar contact, climate maintain, probable 330.
330, Southwest 678.
20,000 feet.
Seabird Concorde 613 Heavy, turn left heading 075, when able, proceed direct thermal VOR and resume navigation.
Left heading 075, direct thermal own navigation, Speedbird Concorde 613 Heavy.
Aerojet 327 is cleared to the John Wayne Airport as filed, climate maintain 10,000. Expect level 24010 minutes after departure, departure frequency 125.8. Squawk, let me pull that up here, squawk 7166.
Okay, clear John Wayne as filed, maintain 10,000, flight level 240 and 10, departed 125.8, squawk 7166, Airjet 327.
Let's go vertical speed.
Back correct, the Bullhead City altimeter, oh darn it, I just lost it here. Bullhead altimeter 2984, they're reporting wind 340 and 12, you can expect 34 for departure.
Okay, expect 34 words.
Go decimal 95 in a moment.
Airjet 327, sounds good, runway 34, taxi D Alpha.
Okay, 34 via Alpha, Airjet 327.
American 1356, wind variable at 4, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 25 left, American 1356.
And Speedbird Concorde 613, if it's okay with you, I'll need to have you stay at subsonic speed, just through my airspace. I won't say anything about it once you're outside of my airspace.
Roger, will maintain Mach decimal 9F5 until outside, Speedbird Concorde 613, thanks.
Cheers, many thanks.
And can we request a level at flight level 300, Speedbird Concorde 613?
Speedbird Concorde 613, I can offer you 31 or 33 for direction of travel.
310 will do.
Speedbird Concorde 613, maintain followable 310.
Maintain flight level 310, Speedbird Concorde 613, thanks.
Los Angeles Center, American 445 with information echo, ready for pushback at gate 46 Bravo.
American 445, LA Center, good afternoon, push from 46
So,
Bravo.
yeah, he did take us a bit of a long way out.
And expect runway 25 right.
High push on to Charlie is approved, tail facing west.
30,000 feet.
And we're expecting 25 right for American 445. Thank you.
Southwest 1791, Oakland Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Change to advisory frequency is approved. Have a
So,
fantastic day.
30,000, decimal 95, thermal woman 62.
Was that for 1791?
Southwest 1791, indeed it was. Oakland's closed. Nobody is home up
It's
there.
giving us a nice intercept there.
Change to advisory frequency is approved. Have a fantastic day.
And what we can do is
Sorry about that.
direct to the VOR
There's,
by pushing that in.
South 1791, we're out here.
Bye-bye. November 346 Charlie Papa leaving the LA Bravo airspace at about 2 miles. You can remain on your press go for flight following the
Well, that was stressful.
The Burbank altimeter.
So, 2 should have done that passing. 18,000.
Runway 26 left, clear to land, wind calm.
26 left, clear to land, Southwest 2217, thanks.
Center, Airjet 32734.
So, brake fans can go off.
327 left turn on course is approved. The wind is 340.
Engine control schedule.
Runway 34, clear for takeoff.
Okay, left on course 34, clear for takeoff, Airjet 327.
Delta 9963, Las Vegas altimeter 299.5, wind variable at 3, descend via the Tyson at Preno, you're clear for the ILS runway.
Saw the nav out in a minute anyway.
Descend via the
Well,
Tyson
lights
at
are off.
Preno, LS 26 left, Delta 9963.
Should have done this Mach 0.7 anyway.
24, leaving the airspace to the northwest, Oakland Center, I'm sorry, leaving the airspace to the northeast, Salt Lake and Denver are both closed at this time. Radar service is terminated, change to advisory frequency is approved, we'll see ya.
Is that
471, runway 25 left, clear to land, wind variable at 4.
Clear land to 25 left for Alaska 471.
Southwest 1656 and trail with company, you're about 70 knots faster than him at the moment. Runway 26 left, clear to land, wind.
So, thermal is direct to 5, so we are going to...
LA Center, good afternoon, Southwest 1243, flight level 350.
Southwest 1243, Los Angeles Center, hello, good afternoon, squawk 7147.
So that should be where we are.
47, Southwest 1243.
Southwest 678, amend altitude, maintain
Oh.
level 290 for traffic.
290 for traffic, 678.
American 1356, join hotel at Juliet, cross runway 25 right, you can taxi
162.
to the right via Bravo and Charlie 10 on
Juliet, Bravo,
TRM is 4.
American 3056, thank you.
You're definitely not.
Airjet 327, radar contact 3,700 indicated, climbing Tampa level 240.
Altitude checks, flight level 240, Airjet 37.
That's worrying.
And Southwest 2217, vacating 26 left at Kilo.
Southwest 2217, thanks on Kilo.
There's the VOR.
26 right, you can
We should be heading straight for that.
Frequency, we'll see you later.
Alright, cross 26 right at Kilo, then November to the ramp. Southwest 2217, thanks for your help.
Oh dear. 0.4. What happened there?
And Southwest 2325, ready to go at the end.
Southwest 2325, thanks, wind variable at 3, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
Okay, so that's gone fine. No, it's because I reset it again. Okay, so we can't use that. We're going to head direct to the VOR, and then we are going to go direct to 5.
I'm sorry, I thought I gave you the landing clearance. Runway 26 left, clear to land, WindCom.
WindCom 26 left, clear to land. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's pretty much what we had anyway, so...
Southwest 3215, runway 26 left, clear to land, WindCom.
Clear land, Southwest 3215.
So I think that was a pretty good plan. Guess thermal is just outside his airspace.
1029, information echoes current for Los Angeles, the LA altimeter 2989er at Circus intersection, cleared ILS runway 25 left approach.
Alright, Circus cleared ILS 25 left approach, 2989, American 1029.
So, seatbelts off, taxis off.
Los Angeles Center, American.
Those should be up with the lights out.
Charlie, ready for taxi, runway 25 right.
American 445, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie 9er and Bravo.
Taxi runway 25 right via Charlie 9er.
Scenery's not looking too bad. Not full boy.
1243, just verify squawk is 7.
50 miles to go to the VOR.
147.
Check that 7147, no, it's right now.
Roger.
Thermal, which is Palm Springs. Got to appreciate the humour. And then I will get us radio nav outbound on 080. And then 05 on the INS, and then we'll switch to INS and crack on. So the next VOR
Delta 721, good morning, ready to go PI for clearance to San Diego.
is Flagstaff. Which is 11385. So we're a long ways out from that.
American 839, information echo is current for Los Angeles. Advise when you have it, expect the ILS from 825 left approach.
Was that for American 839?
I'm sorry, yes, American 839, information echoes.
I guess that would be more realistic head position, wouldn't it? But you just can't see enough if you ask me.
Left approach, EVGA American 839.
So there's some fun terrain.
468, runway 24 right, clear to land, wind variable at 4.
Clear to land 24 right for Southwest 468.
So yeah, the
678,
MSA is 10-9, so there is some definite.
Southwest 2325, radar contact 5000 indicated, climb and maintain flow level 330 without restriction.
Climb maintain follow 330 without the restrictions, Southwest 2325.
Alaska 471 on Lima, cross runway 25 right, taxi Bravo and Charlie 7 to the ramp, remain the frequency, we'll see you later.
So we'll set that to 60, anticipating our climb in a minute.
Center Southwest 1650, let's go cross at Delta.
Southwest 1650, cross runway 26 right, and taxi to the ramp via November on this frequency, we'll see ya.
Alright, cross at 26 right at Delta, November to the ramp, we'll see ya.
Alaska 471 on Lima, cross runway 25 right, taxi to the ramp via Bravo and Charlie 7 on this frequency, we'll see ya.
Lima
So we're already doing 140 knots quicker than anyone else. There's a southwest out to the south.
Southwest 1243, radar contact 12 miles east of
See us overtaking him.
The Iron Man 2 arrival. The Los Angeles altimeter 2989er.
At position checks, and we'll descend via the Iron Man 2.
Not a bad departure, out. Bit of a base leg, and then he wanted us direct to the VOR, keep us out of everybody's way, which is pretty reasonable. We are doing something different. We should be able to turn this off, which we can't. So gear up, down and neutral.
Roger, push at our discretion via Charlie and expect runway 25 right, Aviation Echo, country 428.
That's some pretty cool terrain and some pretty cool ortho too. That's better than FS 2020 at this altitude. So you can see the weather being held back by the mountains, all on the coast. Clear as a bell over here.
South 3215, thanks, cross runway 26 right, and to the ramp, November on this ring, we'll see you later.
Cross 26 right, November, ramp, South 3215, yep.
South 1650, give way to company X, main echo back, please.
Yeah, we'll give way to Southwest 1650.
Southwest 468, turn left on Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, taxi Echo and Delta 8 to the ramp on this frequency, we'll see ya.
Could you repeat that for Southwest?
So that's Sultan Sea, that big lake down there. Loads of little airfields. I really want to do some flying in the States.
Okay, we'll go to Alpha Alpha, 24 left, cross and Echo Delta 8 to the ramp for Southwest 468.
So a bit boring, 0.95. Good thing I planned from thermal to be subsonic for the additional fuel burn. Of course we could have smashed it up supersonic by now. Ooh, 5 miles.
LA Center, good afternoon. Southwest 1942, we're ready to taxi.
Southwest 1942, runway 19 left, taxi via Whiskey, Golf, and Delta, the Las Vegas.
Where are we going? Let's do it right.
5, wind variable at 3.
19 left via Whiskey, Golf, Delta for Southwest 1942.
American 445, are you ready?
Ready to go for American 445.
American 445, fantastic.
So 5 miles because we are 30,000 feet. Slant range, we were pretty much overhead. That was overhead at 1925. So let's go. Waypoint change 085.
Delta 9963, you're about 8-inch trail of company. Wind variable at 3, runway 26 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 26 left, Delta 9963.
Interesting. Let's just check the waypoints. Waypoint 5, 35088, 04. So, for some reason, that is us drifting off.
Los Angeles Center, Sun Country 428, requesting taxi to runway 25 right.
Sun Country 428, ensure your transponder is on, please. Runway 25 right. Taxi via Charlie.
Ah, interesting. So,
and Bravo.
Didn't switch over. That's why those indications were confusing me.
Roger, that's going to be Charlie 8 via Bravo for Sun Country 428.
So we should be 067.
San Luis Metro 235, ready to taxi with Echo.
Metro 235, wait, actually hold on one second. Alaska 471, hold your position there. I gotta get the Airbus out before you taxi in.
Oh, this is a
so
mess,
just hold
isn't
it
it?
right there, please.
Oh yeah, I'm already putting into indicate shorter, so
Just go direct.
Alaska 471. Okay, no worries at all. Yeah, if you're pulling into the corner gate there, that's fine with me. Metro C35, wait for Alaska to pull into his gate behind that runway 25.
Yeah, that's a bit better,
right,
isn't it?
taxi to
And I'll
Charlie
refine that
7
once
and
we
Bravo.
wings level. There's a definite answer to this.
Los Angeles Center, American 445 is at 2,000 feet, climb to 5,000 feet by the departure.
Metro C35, wait for Alaska to pull onto his gate, and then behind him, runway 25 right, taxi to Charlie.
So he's going to delay us even further.
Yeah, I got Alaska at the gate in sight and taxi by Charlie 7 Bravo to 25 right, Metro 235.
American 445, radar contact 3000.
Okay, so I'm not going to bother asking this guy because he's going to say no. So let's just disconnect. So auto throttle off. That hold can come off. We are going to go pitch hold. As the reheat's kicking in.
Mach 1 passed.
It did that a bit smarter. There we go, off we go. That was a little bit better than yesterday, but still not perfect. Follow that barber pole all the way. So we're still in LA Center. Probably about halfway. So whatever that distance was. Look at that mess. That's all we've got going. My bad nav.
Fuel status, 60 tons.
So pressure static heaters can go off at Mach 1. Engine anti-ice goes off, wing anti-ice, and all the other anti-ice goes off. Nozzles are checked by the FE. Intakes move at 1.3. .7 it goes off, or 15 minutes. Now we are out over the desert. Definitely wouldn't matter over here, would it? Bit of boomage. So there is the FIR boundary.
1.3, ramps moving confirmed.
Looks like West 114 is the boundary line. So the ramps are moving. Go look, once we cross 114, we're out of LA's airspace and we'll get back on VATSIM, which is a shame, but whatever. So they can have a policy of no overland flight, but it doesn't really matter in VATSIM. And if the controller wants it, they can do it. And they'd get to see me clicking along. So we'll go back to
40,000 feet.
we will keep out of the squawk. That's a bit better. Creeping up to the barber pole. It's a bit of a better view. So 161 miles to go.
suggest we heat off.
Could have called 1.7 and I'd have done it. So you're off to Flagstaff. And then Toby 1112. I'm gonna pick up the DME off that just yet. Gives you an idea of when you're going over the ground. Obviously normally doing it over the ocean you don't get an idea of just quite how fast you're going. No, we're still just in his airspace. Probably not going to bother too much with us. There we go, we're just about kicking out. So there's a little bit of a lake out here. Once we're past that, we are done. So this is looking like standard X-plane scenery now, isn't it? See the repetition patterns.
50,000 feet.
And almost Mach 2, so we were a little bit slow on that. Nicholas William Reed is our controller.
Passing Mach 2.
Who's this guy? Well, I'm again W's. Anyway, max climb, max cruise, max hold. We're on our way. Okay, somebody's getting blocked. It's not difficult to just block people, so going on with these fools. Anyway, we're keeping quiet, and they sent us happy. And we are on our way. So we've got 4 minutes to go. So 40 estimated at Flagstaff. Let's get the trusty CRP out. Need the high speed side for this jet. But at these sort of speeds, the drift is so negligible, especially when there's no wind. So we are 1158. Just about there. We are on our way to number 5, then we got 411. It's going to take us about 21 minutes. Be slightly over 21 minutes. 35. Going to be 22 and a half. Got 336. Which is about 17 and a half minutes. Okay, and then a very short leg of 101. 5 minutes. And by PSB, we pretty much want to be subsonic, I think. So we've got about an hour of super cruise. And then there's not really much more to say. I'm going to have to start putting some waypoints in a minute. Isn't that awful? No disrespect to Lamina, but they've got to up their game. This is not good enough. Certainly not anymore. Okay, the textures aren't too bad. Yes, it doesn't take up that much memory, but just look at it. I can see they've tried to do random. That's not too bad, but it just doesn't quite work. So an American going north to south down there. United 2234, let's see where he's going. So he is at 40,000 feet. Albuquerque from Las Vegas. I see him. Anyway, 40 overhead. So I've just done the sums, just using the whiz wheel to get rough ETAs of waypoints in case we are asked at any point, even though there does not look to be any ATC online. Maybe there's an event going on, there's a load of people going from Atlanta. Boston's online. They're not our alternate. Philly is our alternate. Probably should have used Boston, but never mind. And if we do get any centers online, unfortunately, if they do tell us to slow down, we can't. We don't have the fuel for it. And we will simply log off again, which is a shame. So as always, an hour super cruising. See the rate of climb has settled down. Right, now, thing. So 1.7 reheat off. Clear shield set, tank pressures, so that's all the FE stuff. Engine flight rating now, so takeoff should have gone to flight. I think that was listed incorrectly. Does seem a bit weird. And then that should have been in cruise. So at least this one does include this. Climb light off. White cruise light on. No idea where those are. Should there be lights with them? It says here, CRS light white on, CLB light off. All the contingency stuff there, you'd think it would be with the engines. There are the anti-skids. Are they on the FE's panel? They are, they're not lit up, just like the doors don't work. Still got a lot to learn. Bit of cloud. Bit of scenery going squiff. Ours is zipping along. 300 miles in 17 minutes. Let's do those waypoints. So, waypoint 1. New waypoint 1 is the PSB VOR, which is going to be north 40550, west 77596. Point 2 41100, west 77257. Waypoint 3 is north 41316. 6358. And waypoint 4 north 41164, west 75414. So tick for that one, tick for that one, tick for that one. So the United should just be out to our right. I've got a head shake off. Oh no, we're not going to see him, are we? Well behind us with no white background, I think we'd probably struggle. Anyway, give you an idea, he is doing 450 over the ground. Little humble 738, 20,000 feet below us. Doubt we're going to be able to see Air France 2. I guess it's Air France 2. Yeah. He's doing 471, squawking 2000. Probably too far. So Delta 223 would be our next closest port of call. He's 37,000. Doing 465 knots. Guess they've got a bit of headwind. Is he slightly ahead? Oh, there we go, get some ortho again, that's better. You'd think you'd spot something. But what sort of scale is that? Probably about 20-25 miles away, so Anyway, it's good to see there's a lot of traffic. Oh no, there he is. Doing 400 knots and going backwards. That is a 737 going backwards. Hope he's flying Zebo. DeltaVA.org. Cool. And he's in Ontario. Oh no, I've lost him. There he is. That's pretty cool. Well, on VATSIM. It's nice to see the extra traffic. And there's loads of other traffic about, which is quite cool. There you go, that's what you get with the Ortho. So much better. "12 minutes to the next waypoint. 176 miles. Can't be right, can it? It would help on the OFP if these were listed. 12 Toby. Put Flagstaff. .385 behind us. And with a leg between the two, 411. Might be a little bit of a gap in between where we have 0 DME for both. Luca, hello. Can't start engine 2. I did a very quick video on engine starts. If you have a look through, just sat on the grass at Elstree. I will say, if it doesn't even crank and won't start, then it's probably an installation issue. So have a look for the installation guide either on Facebook, Nico's guide, or if you Google it, it will show up in the on the explainer.org forums. You might be missing the C++, or it may just be a bad install. So I would start again, and then you should get bleed pressure if you use liveries that edit anything, or if you've got anything that edits it, or you have edited it. It will lock the mod and stop it from starting because it uses copy protection. So yeah, or failing that, jump on the Facebook group, or get onto the explain.org forums and ask for some help there, but you'll probably get the same advice: do a reinstall and check that everything's okay. So sorry, I can't really offer much help other than that. But like I say, have a look through some of the videos. I haven't done an installation or anything, but if you look for Skymatics, he has, so that might help. Failing that, all I can say is good luck. It works when you install it, and you just got to get the install right. So I hope that helps a little bit. Maybe I'll do some 737 flights at some point. There's the VOR ticking off over 200 miles. That's some pretty good scenery in the middle of nowhere. So we are motoring. Anybody else going our way? Not really, I don't think we're going to see anybody else going backwards. Scott Simmons in Delta 223. It's KDSM. He's got a long old flight ahead of him. Des Moines, Iowa, which is about halfway across the country. Like he's the only one going there. And he left Phoenix. 2 hours 25 en route, and he's certainly not covering the entire States. Sorry if that's not the best view, but those mountains are looking pretty good. Don't even know which mountains they are. Guess we're heading out towards the plains. People even there. Let's see. I think that there is, well and truly, hey, there are roads. There's tons of airfields out here. Backcountry stuff. Some of them are big as well compared to UK airports. So 150. I'd have thought we would be picking up the DME by now, but I guess it's not a powerful en route VOR. That's not the Grand Canyon, is it? Can't be. It's just another big canyon. Albuquerque's to the south. There you go, plains, farmland, you get a bit of water. Not inhospitable terrain, but that is definitely human activity when you see it from the air, isn't it? That Ortho does make such a difference. There's the airplane nicely sucked down in the cruise. Just drifting slightly up, which is really cool. So nothing's online, we are going to have to self-vector. That could be an absolute nightmare. Let's have a look and think about our arrival. So we're going to get flight level 190 overhead Lendy. Takes us over LaGuardia, and then we've got the Kennedy VOR. We could probably take a radial outbound. Try and intercept the ILS. I was thinking 1-3 left. So we could take a radial outbound down to about 3,000. And the intercept is 106, which is less than 30 degrees, which is alright. So we'd be looking at something like 306. No, 286. Radial 286 outbound would take us parallel to that, and then we could close in back onto the runway. Don't know, we'll have to see what it's like when we get there. Brace your ears for an outside shot. So Los Angeles is still online. But yeah, I mean, you need to have one GPS. We could have put these waypoints in. Ah, no, we couldn't. Because they do not have that longs. So there we are, picking up the VOR, which is Toby. I think we are then going to, oh no, MCI. So we're going to Overgarden City. MCI, Kansas City. But not Kansas anymore. 11325. Ooh. Don't know what happened there. That is pretty good ortho. Sounds are all over the place. So there is another American. Going backwards. Is off to Chicago O'Hare from Phoenix. No planned route times, 33,000 feet for 57 knots. An A321. Gonna take a while. See what traffic is going into JFK. 2 minutes, 36 miles. Rivals, Delta 319er. Probably catch up with him. You know, if they're doing 400 knots, almost 3 times that. So 14 miles, we are of course 5,280 feet in a mile, so we are almost 11 miles high right now. Of course it doesn't quite work because of sea level and standard blah etc, so that's not our altitude above ground. It's not our height above ground, it's not our altitude above sea level, it is our flight level. So yeah, there you go. 8 miles, so the terrain must be relatively high down there. The slant range stops at 8. That's us overhead at 0-1, which is pretty what I estimated. Pop waypoint 5 in, which is 4-1. 2 West 75199. $400 miles, 22 minutes. So the next VOR, I would get this from the OFP, but I can't. Kansas City is 11325, which is MCI, waypoint 7. 6 to 7 is where we are going. DNV, Delta November Victor. Danville, 1110. that's looking like civilization, isn't it? But a lot of desert. So, in reality, you've got to ask the question: why could you not supersonic over this? Okay, I mean, there's some roads and some houses, but population is all by the river. So we should be just about crossing into Kansas, I think, which kind of makes sense. 13 arrivals into Kennedy. No ATC. Boston's online. Toronto Centre's online, so Houston. There's a fair amount of traffic. So it'd be really interesting to see how long this actually takes. We were 1853 off blocks, I think. And of course we had a little bit of faffing. Tons an hour. Easily got another hour's worth of supersonic fuel, and then a little bit of subsonic faffing about before we get inbound. Only 186 miles from the PSB VOR, which is new waypoint number 1. Got to follow the arrival in. So again, about 150 miles before PSB. Start slowing, and that'll be in about an hour's time. Maybe slightly before that actually, so certainly be fun to do this in reality. So I'm just going to pop the mic off, seeing as there's nothing on the radio for a bit. Grab a drink, and I don't know, just do something like that.
Fuel status, 40 tons.
Okay guys, well I've been doing a little bit of updating there with the headset off. Got a bit looking around, and that convective activity over Kansas was tops 4.5, but it looked like it was coming up pretty high with those fake lightning sounds. Anyway, we're going to start thinking about our descent in a moment. So, checklist at the ready. ESI, update those. VREF, +7, +10, +30. Don't have that many bugs, never mind. Radio altimeters, well, we're going to expect 1.3 left, because I can't pick up the ATIS just yet. I can cheat. And we're getting 1905, 3022. No idea what runway they're going to be using. So I'm going to set something like 250 anyway because it's on the run out. Let's go D, just because I have no idea what the train profile's like. And of course the minimums would be off of the altimeter in reality. There are bugs on there. I'm going to have to look up how to set those. I will set waypoint 9 as the last waypoint. And we will outhold. Back hold. And as we're sort of overlaying the airway structure, I'm going to start
Auto throttle off.
bringing everything back. Hold. I'm going to slowly bring the throttle back. Now it should be to 18. Believe is about there, which should give us about 93%. And should give us, not 2,000, should be 800 feet per minute, I believe. Are we going right? Okay, yeah, right and left. Fine. Go over that. 3.8 4054974081. Checked. Ticked off. The last one is the LaGuardia VOR, which is 40470-73521. So that's done. So at 350 gauge IAS hold. We are heading east, so we'll go down to 3.5. So these are waypoints along the route, MAGIO, and we really need to worry that we're going to start getting close to Spa, Saltwater, and then LaGuardia. Stillwater even. JFK 1159. Oh, we're going to be struggling to keep on that airway, aren't we? Whoops, what an aeroplane. Not ideal, is it? So 350. IS acquire. Just leave it for that. Airplane will pitch down for 350. Like a stone. We got the approach on, but no ATIS. So engine rating at Mach 1.5 goes to climb. Trim is going forwards. Throttles should go back to 32, which will really bring us back down to earth. A corresponding 80-ish%. So we should have done that at 1.5. Should give us a pretty rapid pitch down. No, it's 1116. No, 96. Then we are going to be LaGuardia 1131. Kennedy. No, we want to do it the other way around. Okay. So left, right, and then the ILS back on the left. So 1.3, the intake should have been checked. Throttles as required at Mach 1. Pressurization, static heaters come on. And apparently you switched the throttle masters over for some reason. Why do I? So this is turning inbound to the VOR. So I am going to put the static heaters on early. Transparency, de-ice, demist, not appear to be needed, but it says put them on. It's Mach 1. The throttle is now primed. There's Mach 9.5, we'll go vertical speed. 2000. Oh, we were in out hold anyway. The airplane appeared to have missed that. A little bit difficult to see with the sun glinting as it was. So apparently the throttle masters go to another selection, which is weird. So here we are, 26 miles to go. look at that mess. Are we actually going towards the VOR? To the LVZ. Okay, so we need high. Okay, so we did actually make that turn not too badly. That was what we wanted. We're heading towards LVZ. Inbound, disabled downwind ILS. We've managed to overtake the aeroplane that we were thinking we were going to catch up with. Delta 319. They are now well behind us, a long way behind us as well. So we are going 3 to 4. MAGIO to LVZ. Geno 230, expect to cross. I'm not too keen on that. We will set 190 for Lendy. See what we get. So approach is set. And that's all we've got. He says he's not covering JFK. However, oh, okay, the others. That's rubbish. So we can do what we like. So LaGuardia is 3020. Calm. So we'll plan for 13. That's us overhead the VOR. I think we can start heading down. And we will IAS hold the descent.
Auto throttle off.
The 350. Keep the airplane coming down. Let's use the throttles to control that. So this is Geno 230. LaGuardia is visual 31. Probably do that. So this should be hearty. Stillwater 1096. No, 5 to 6, 5 to 6. If hearty is 619 DME. There's LaGuardia VOR, 60 miles. Departing runway 4, ILS runway 4. That kind of makes sense. Go 13 left. No, talking rubbish, we'll go 31 left. So we'll be something like 3 outbound, 4, 314. So there's the LaGuardia VOR. Take that radial outbound. Actually, do we want to do a little bit of closing? Too short of the distance. Turn might be a bit tight, so let's go like 130. See how we get on. So Stillwater VOR, 3 miles, 5 miles, slant versus actual distance. 109. Gonna set those now, so I don't forget. I know I tell a lie because we do need to cross. So the engine control schedule needs to go to approach. For the approach checklist anyway. Engine to go to takeoff. I might as well do that now. Reset valves go to shut, but that's not going to make too much difference. So, waypoint 8, Lendy. And then direct to LaGuardia. So radio nav all the way. So speed hold. Should out acquire, out capture. There's out hold. So 9 miles to Lendy, that's not bad. 9 miles in a minute, so we could have reduced that rate of descent a bit. Keep us on track. Lendy is cross at 250, but we'll struggle with that. So we'll bring it back to 290. left. The FSAs are like 2,000 to the south. Take us to Zax. D11. So where we could go is Deer Park.
Fuel trim to descent.
Oh, that hasn't helped. So let's drop 2. Oh no, oh, let's go out.
Fuel trim. Should I change it?
Because we have not crossed. Oh no, we can descend. So back onto the good old radios. 135 to LaGuardia. Pretty much what we've got. And what we're going to do with Deer Park, 77. Do we just head out to Chant? What if we do that instead? 5 and 9er. And it's given us a 0. And 3020, seeing as we've passed the transition. York traffic, Speedboat Concorde 613 is overhead LaGuardia descending flight 10,000 feet, positioning to the south for ILS 31 left. So, 19 DME, a left turn 048 and then try and intercept the damn thing. So we want to cross 144. So let's do 10 to the left so we intercept this a bit better. Traffic wise, how are we looking? Too bad. Start bringing the speed back. So it's 19 DME is chant. Then we've got another 15, 16 miles to run before we are then positioned 10 miles, 12 miles out.
Trim 2, landing.
Nose down. And the wind noise should increase, but doesn't. This would be a missed approach fix anyway. So 11135, 314 is the ILS. Let's get those on. 19 miles, this looks good for us. Okay, we'll be a little bit far out. Down to 3 initially. Otherwise we'll be dragging it in. New York traffic, Speedboat Concorde 613, turning left base outbound chant, inbound Zax, ILS 31 left. So, oh.
Caution. Fuel status. 20 tons.
That's about 500. Bring the speed back in a little bit. So, I think we're just about picking up the localizer. And the DME is from the JFK VOR, which is a worry. get down to 2000. Gone straight through this. Getty traffic, Speedboat Concorde 613 establishing ILS 31 left 12 miles. So we have not out acquired because of course I didn't prime it. Dragging the aeroplane in. So 3000 for the mist. Oh no, that was too early, wasn't it? A little bit all over the place. So glide slope's coming in. Let's get the speed back. Six miles. Gear down.
Gear coming down. Gear down. 4 greens.
Getty traffic, Speedboat Concorde 613, short final ILS 31 left.
Autopilot off.
500 feet. 400. 300. 200.
Auto throttle off.
100. 30. 40. 20. Contact. Reverser deployed. Reverser retracted.
Well, that wasn't too bad. And I have no idea where we're going. So we touched down at 36. So the lights can stay on. Kennedy traffic, speedboat Concorde 613, runway 31 left vacated, Kennedy traffic. So where are we going to go? There's the international terminal, there's the old Terminal 7. Might as well just peg it on the international. After landing, brake fans as required. Master warning, inhibit is interesting. Press cancel and inhibit push buttons. Flight control inverters, nose. Board engines as required. So, auto ignition can all come off. And I'm reliably informed that the inboards be turned off. Temperature statics come off. Those come off. Trade masks come off. Pay attention to where we're going. I'm seeing transponder, pressurization, brake temp, secondary intervals, blah. Yeah, 4 greens, obviously. It's the landing checklist. So, terminal 1 and 2. Go all the way right. We're going to go all the way down to the end. So I guess it does save a bit of fuel, but more likely saves engine time since you're starting up 2 and 3 first. Evens it out a little bit. Anyway guys, welcome to New York again. We have been here a couple of times. So that was a fun old trip. Am I right in thinking that was an hour and a half trip? Could have been done a little bit quicker, a bit more efficient. We probably could have descended a little bit. We could have slowed and descended a little bit later. And we could have accelerated a little bit earlier, but we were off blocks 1853. Not sure exactly what time we took off. Of course, we could have a look. It's about 2 hours 40 minutes, I suppose. Like I say, we could have done it more efficiently. Maybe 4 left would have been better. So we will go to, we could have gone that way, couldn't we? Get in that way. Guess somebody didn't like that. That little sunset. So, having a look at the taxi chart, I think this is an entry point. Terminal 4 International. Alright, we are a domestic flight, but whatever. Oh, don't want to hit the stand guidance there that I didn't spot. Doesn't know who we are. Anyway, brake set. It is 44. And okay, we could have done that a bit more efficiently, but welcome to Kennedy, guys. After landing checks done. Brake set. Transponders all off, visors up, and the nose. We'd connect ground and get everybody out, which we can't really model, so I'm not going to even try. It's a much better checklist, I'll get the hang of that. So, do that, let's get... I'll tell you what, we'll watch the replay in a minute. We are now lights shining. Evening in New York by the looks of things, or at least afternoon. Now shiny, shiny aeroplane. she is. Oh, and the logo shows up. That's interesting. No actual light showing, but I did think there was a logo, but I guess there was no logo light switch. So let's disconnect. Let's complete the flight landing at -11. It was very soft. Pretty much a great circle across the States. Looks good on the map for projectFLY. Very high. Down, not perfect, but not terrible either. No idea what the vectors would have been had we been given them. Flight time 2:27, I think, is what projectFLY said. Let's have a look at the old replay. I'll do. Bit of a thump with the nose coming down. I don't know if it did that in reality. I know they certainly pushed forwards. Maybe I just need to lower it a bit more. Stand on the brakes a bit more. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We will probably head back to San Francisco, see if we can do another overland supersonic trip and not get told off. Even if we do, I might have the argument. The guy at LA was far too busy to have the discussion, but if somebody was quieter, then potentially suggest that whilst the policy may say no supersonic flights, they can, it's up to the controller, and the only rule you're going to break is if you don't follow their instructions. So it's either that or disconnect, which is a shame for everybody. So we will see. Anyway guys, here we are on stand, Concorde looking nice. Let's get a shot of that. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.